Hey, what's up, guys? Got a get my frame here. We got another Horsetails video. Maybe I should have started with this one, but let's call this Horsetails number 1. Back in 1968, my mom and dad met. And they were married in April 1969. I got a 55 Pontiac for a wedding present from my grandpa. And my grandpa owned a junkyard. And they were one of the only members of the family of that age group that had an automobile at the time. And my cousin, or my dad's cousin, was seeing this girl. She run off to college, and he wanted to chase after her. I think she went to Rochester or somewhere. I just basically got this story about 7 years ago. I always thought today was my birthday, September 16th, 1969. That's what my birth certificate says. It's what every piece of paperwork I've ever seen says, but I guess otherwise things happen a little different. My cousin came and asked my dad if, he said, I got money for gas. He said, you care to take me up to New York to visit Sally or Jessie or whatever her name was? I don't even know if I ever really knew. But Dad was like, well, yeah. Wife's gonna have a baby pretty soon, but we'll take you up there. Well, they take him up there. Back then, the interstates weren't exactly what they are now. Took a few days getting over the Poconos and whatnot, and got to New York, and the transmission or something went out in the car. They tried to find one. I don't think they had a whole lot of luck at it. So one of her friends said, well, these people are going back to Illinois, but they're going to stop at this music festival downstate a little bit. You guys can just ride with them. Then you can come back and get your car or whatever. Dad said, all right. They had a Volkswagen microbus. They started riding back with them. They stopped off at this music festival. Ended up being Woodstock, but at that time it wasn't a great big deal like it is. Everybody's made it out to be now. They stopped off there, stayed a little while, and my mom went into labor. She was pretty scared. My dad run off to somewhere, and they couldn't find him. He said he was out running around trying to find some help, but ended up being a older lady. Mom said she was a black lady. It looked like her hair was all snakes and stuff. I imagine it was, cornrows or dreadlocks or whatever you want to call it. She helped my mom out. It was in the back of the VW microbus. And next thing you know, I was born. best I can tell, let's say I've just got this story a couple years ago. My mom passed away 3 years ago this coming Christmas, but I just got this story a couple years before she passed, and I don't really know all the details, but the best I could tell, Mom says she remembers Larry Taylor and Canned Heat singing "Let's Get Together." Best I could tell, my birthday is actually August 18th, about 3 o'clock in the morning, I think is when they said that band and that song was playing. Pretty funny, they got better records of that than they do of me. But I always thought that was pretty interesting. You know, I'd lived my whole life thinking that September 16th was my birthday, but it ain't. Well, they got loaded up in the van. Dad came back. I was all cleaned up, and Mom was in pretty good shape. So everybody came back. Everything started dying down at the festival there, and got on down the road. And they kept having problems with the bus. I guess the coil wire was bad or something. Nobody have a whole lot of money. I guess they spent it all at the festival on brown stamps or something. I don't know. But it took them a few weeks to get back just to Ohio. And once they got back to Dayton, my grandma, Mama, she made my mom, this is my dad's mom. You know, I guess all this going on, my mom's family didn't want to have a whole lot to do with her, but my mama made my mom go to the hospital. I went to the hospital and got the birth certificate signed off for that day they went to the hospital, and I guess that was September 16th. And so I still celebrate my birthday on the 16th like I always have, but it's just one of those things. I guess there was quite a bit of embarrassment in the family and so on and so forth, so nobody mentioned that story for 37 years or however long it's been since I learned it. I guess that was the first time it had ever been really even talked about in the family. And when I did my mom's funeral service, didn't even anybody in the family want to talk about it, and a lot of them acted like they didn't even know anything about it, but that's all well and good, I reckon. Anyways, I thought you guys would like to know where I come from, and so I'm actually a New Yorker. So, talk to you guys later.